Mate, strange question. Who is Banging Benny Kite?
Who is Banging Benny Kite? That's a belter of a question.
Banging Benny Kite, mate, he's a lovely kid. Like if you met him outside of here, you wouldn't never guess he's a boxer.
So I am Banging Benny Kite, professional boxer. My record's currently 16 wins, 4 losses and 1 draw. And on the 5th September, I will be fighting for the Australian welterweight title.
Last October, Banging Benny Kite made an emphatic statement with a dominant victory that entrenched his claim as Australia's best welterweight boxer. This Saturday night, he will get the opportunity to prove that when he takes on current title holder Tyson Best in a high-stakes battle. With the fight now just days away, come behind the scenes and hear from those closest to Ben and the team that will take him to the title. Steve Della and Luke Meldon from Fortitude Boxing, and development advisor Nathaniel Hodges. This is Kite vs Best, episode 3.
So I originally started boxing in Cairns when I was 13, 14 years old. Had a few amateur fights there, did it more as sort of a hobby. Then when I went overseas when I was 22, 23, went overseas with my now wife Shannon. Thought that was probably it for my boxing career. I was going to travel, I was going to have some fun, all that sort of thing. As soon as the plane landed in America, which is where we first went, I just went straight to the nearest boxing gym, wanted to learn as much as I could, train, and every stop we made, I made sure I went to a gym and trained. And I went to some really big, world-renowned sort of gyms. And I found when I was over there on holidays, but I found I wasn't really that far off the mark of where the big pros sort of were.
Banging Benny Kite, he's a good man, Benny. We've had Benny and we've watched him grow from a boy into a man. He come down here several years ago from Cairns. He was up there, I think he was up there diving, teaching tourists how to dive, what for and what not, you know, and he's just grown into a good man, Benny.
Mate, my name's Luke Meldon, and I'm part owner of the gym and boxing coach here. Also run some of the classes and do some PTs, but yeah, my main passion and job is training all the professional fighters. Great family man, very devoted to his wife and kids. He's a real gentleman out of the ring, and I just love the ferocity he brings inside it. He really flicks the switch, and he's a different beast in there. He's an animal.
My name's Nathaniel Hodges. I met Ben through a mutual friend through an athlete development program. My role with Ben is his development advisor, and that incorporates performance, but it's not solely performance, across a few different domains, so self, culture, nature, and performance as well. And there's also some hidden forces that go along with being a professional athlete too that I advise him on. So there's there's pressures from sponsors for performance, from family, from life outside the ring, and sort of exactly, exactly. So it's not just what happens at fight time. Sort of maximising that will also come from optimising what happens around the fight as well over the months and years.
I'm training for the Australian welterweight title, fighting for that on the 5th September at Eaton's Hill against the current champion Tyson Best.
And with the title on the line, do you approach this fight any differently, or is it business as normal?
Business as normal, yeah. I treat every fight exactly the same. It's every fight's just as important as the next, and I'll put everything into it.
Benny does everything right. Benny, not one thing he shirks on. He digs in and does anything in the gym. He helps. Somebody needs a hand, Benny jumps and helps. He's got his own wife and 2 kids. He's got to look after on top of that, you know. He's got his PT clients he's looking after. He doesn't stop, Benny.
Determination, like he's mate, he's just had a dream since he started. He didn't have a lot of amateur fights and never went on to win a state or an Australian title or anything, but from mate, he lost his first 2 pro fights, so that would have discouraged a lot of people, but he always believed, and mate, he's devoted himself to it. Like he's never out of shape, he's always ready. Mate, he's stepped up and improved every fight, and he's often goes in underdog, but always seems to pull it off. Like mate, his self-belief and drive is second to none. Like he's just, as I said, he's a different creature in there. He's ferocious.
Biggest strengths as a boxer and an athlete would be, I mean, the grassroots dedication. He's unwavering. He's an unrelenting focus on the craft, which anything that can help, he makes it help. You know what I mean? And then from that foundation of dedication, you see the skills and the technique and the strategy and all that. I don't really want to go thin slice him too much into what he's good at, but where it comes from is his real kind of scary thing that no one else sees, is the principles in which he comes from are unwavering.
What do you notice about how Ben approaches his fights?
He approaches them with enthusiasm. You say Ben's like a bit of an old-time fighter. A lot of the boys now, you say to them, I've got a fight coming up for you, they want to know who he is, what does he weigh, does he move to the left, does he move to the right, does he stand on his head, is his hair green? You say to Benny about a fight, he says, oh, good, beauty. When?
You know, we only got this notice for this fight 5 weeks ago, but I've been in training camp since my last fight in October last year. You know, I've been waiting, ticking away, staying busy, training hard the whole way through, staying focused and working on my craft, and now it's here, and I'm really excited.
He'll be at his best next Saturday night, and I think I strongly believe he's going to win and win in really impressive fashion.
What do you think we can expect on Saturday night?
Oh, he'll win. We're going to have a win. It's not blind confidence. The things we've worked on and worked through, especially with the injury, the hand, managed what we got out of that downtime was insane. And you know, I think going back to almost blending that previous question is, you know, big spectacles, knockouts, all that. Yeah, maybe. But we're talking about a career boxer here. So it's just one more on the road. So we'll get a win.
You're going to see fireworks. It's going to be a great fight. It should have been on TV in front of millions of people as the Horn Zoo fight was, but it's not to be, you know. And on the night, at the end of the night, the best man will be up, you know, and we see it as our man being the best man.
Saturday night, you're going to see my best performance yet. Where I'm at the moment, just beating Tyson, winning isn't quite enough. My job out there on the night is going to be to completely outclass him in every aspect. I don't want people to talk about what a good fight it was. I want them to talk about how good Banging Benny Kite was.
How's that feel?
Aussie title, here we come. Woo!